So we were at City Hall working one day, and John McPeak, the mayor, came and said that he had gotten a grant for a mural for the city, and he just plainly said that he wanted ARTSCO to do it. And so I said, sure. And then I brought it to our group at a board meeting, and everybody was a little stunned. But it's very par for the course for me to come with them with ideas that we've never done before, because that's all we ever do, it seems like.
Yep. Okay.
But everybody started to get into the idea after we started talking about it, and I clearly said, listen, I know that none of us have ever done anything like this before, and so my idea was to have a meeting where we invited several muralists in the area to come and just basically give us advice on how to do it. And my intention for that was thinking that we were going to take their advice and just do it ourselves. So we invited several, and Josh was one of them, and he showed up and he gave us all the advice. And I just assumed that because he has a full-time job that he was too busy to come and help us with it. And I was determined to get some names from him from a couple other murals that could come over and help us with it. And that evening, after we had left the meeting and we all felt really good about the information that he gave us, and Kelly called me and said, Stephanie, Josh was trying to tell you that he wanted the job, and you were completely ignoring it and talking about the other people that he could refer you to. So I texted him the next day and was like, you're our number one if you want the job. And he wanted the job.
For me, this one's different because it really represents the community, and then being in the community with it as we're making it, and then seeing the community react to what we've put into it really has kind of changed the overall dynamic of the feeling of the community itself. And so for me, this is tremendously different.
The first thing that popped into my mind whenever I was thinking about what we were going to do for this is I just wanted it to be pretty. I didn't want something that every other town has. I didn't want something that was kind of a collage hodgepodge, postage stamp type thing. I was very inspired by Edvard Munch's The Sun. It's painterly and beautiful, and it's bright colors, and it's just beautiful. And so I was very inspired by that, and I thought that needs to be behind Camel Rock. And that is genuinely the first idea that I had with it. And so I famously mocked up in Photoshop a very bad collage mock-up that I knew was just a rough draft, and it was just to so that everybody kind of got an idea. And when I brought it to the meeting, everybody was taking me literally, and they were like, ew, no. And fun fact, the mural is pretty much exactly what I mocked up that day. It just looks way better.
Most of my murals are highly premeditated and pre-designed, and everything is marked out and laid out with a focus on precision. This one has been a completely different beast by necessity, really, because whenever we went to lay it out, the sky just didn't show up. And so we didn't have much of an option other than to just kind of go with it and to embrace the live creation and the artistry within it. The other thing that I've really noticed as we've gotten more detail into the corn and into the barn is that I've had 3 people come up to me today while I've been here on the wall and just tell me stories that they remember from the community, either connected to coal mining or connected to farming. And so that's another sign that it's just really resonating really well with the community itself.
Well, that tipple in there is really,
That's
when you
yeah.
see it up there in that dimension, that's really something.
The scale of everything changes completely once you're on site. Once you see it,
I know.
and you blow that up more than 100 times, essentially, when you
Wow.
throw onto a wall this size.
That's the reaction you should get.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the best thing that's happened to Harrisburg Square in a long time.
You know that building, don't you? Huh? You know that building. Yeah, get this shot. Holy crap. Holy crap. I love the shots from way up high.
Yeah, that's Sean.
Oh my God.
With this one, I mean, there was one day when there were 11 people painting on the wall at the same time, and that's just wild. At the same time, such incredibly talented artists have shown up that to go along the lines of this being a painterly design and a painterly mural, it magically has all of the hands and perspectives and touches of an entire arts community within it. Stephanie is primary driving force behind Camel Rock, and so her hand as an artist is all over it. The tipple itself has been a passion project of Janet Bixler. Janet said she was coming and showing up and painting for 3 hours, and she ended up here. I think this is her 4th consecutive day today, and showing up again tomorrow. So it went from 3 hours to 5 days of work. And then the barn itself is Rebecca, and Becca got on that wall, and she came to talk to me beforehand to kind of pick my brain as to how I wanted her to put my style onto the wall. And my response was that I didn't want my style, I wanted her style. I wanted her artistic touch, her flair, her artistic perspective, to where that barn is hers. But the magic of the community coming together on this mural is really in that, with those 4 perspectives, and then the perspective of Sarah Daniil on the corn, you've got 5 artistic perspectives that somehow come into unity and still give a cohesive piece of work. And I don't know how to facilitate that happening. I just know that it somehow magically happened on this mural. And that is the beauty of the community that has been created by ARTSCO here. What was really important to represent is what has made Saline County, and in turn Harrisburg as the seat of that county, and what continues to resonate with the people of this community. And so focusing on the tourism aspect of it, and it being the gateway to the Shawnee National Forest, Camel Rock is the most iconic visual that can really connect with that. And so it only made sense to include Camel Rock as part of that. And then looking at what built this community, we're looking at the mining industry and the farming industry. And so those are both well represented with the barn, the cornfield, and the tipple. Tipple also, talks about the historic nature of this area and this community, and how that's something that's unique and iconic to this specific microcosm of Southern Illinois. And so all of those things really came together well, and there's nothing better to set it against than the beautiful sunrises and sunsets that can be viewed from the surrounding area. And so being able to really focus on the colors and the flow of the light expanding through the atmosphere as it's represented behind everything as a base for everything to build upon just felt natural.
Our supporters really came through for us, and really came together and put this together, and it's a beautiful representation of our group. And I cannot tell you how proud we are of this. We are ridiculously proud of it. We are super excited that this is kind of our thumbprint or our legacy in the community. I just hope that people enjoy it and generations after them can enjoy it. Buddy, you can go drive out to it. It's still
Why
there.
did y'all do that?
We just came back from
Why?
vacation.
How did you do this now?
I know.
How?
So like
Well, we had another lift that was like a basket, and he was able to get up there and do that. It's a sunrise.
Yeah, that's super cool.
So it's called Shawnee Sunrise.
We should do it on like more buildings.
Okay, you tell John McPeak that.
Alright.
Okay.
You guys like it?